What is up, guys? This is Austin today with Jesse here on the AR podcast. If you don't know Jesse, Jesse has been in the game for a hot minute, been coaching for right at 8 years. Jesse works with primarily women's fitness, coaching moms and women going through menopause. If you've ever known what narrowing down and niching really looks like, Jesse is the man with the plan. Jesse, appreciate you coming out and joining us today, man.
Thank you very much for having me, Austin. Yeah, it's been a blast so far getting to know you. So I'm excited to do this.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. What's the weather like in Canada right now? Because I know you're Manitoba, right?
Yeah, we're finally warming up a bit. Like it's maybe Celsius. We've been minus for obviously all winter, and now it's just getting and creeping into like zero, so into the pluses. So we'll see.
You said, yeah, it's warming up and it's zero.
It's warming up. Yeah, it's still winter jacket season. Yeah, but we're just about there. Yeah,
I love it. Yeah, I think we're spring all the way through now in Dallas, where like I had a short sleeve on for pretty much all day. I'll throw this on because it's so cold in the office, but dude, it's warm. It's nice. We're appreciating a little too much, probably.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Yeah, I loved it there. I went to Houston. It was like humid. What was it in fall? It was humid as heck in Houston.
Oh,
crazy.
Man. Yeah, I'll stay away from there. Dallas is as far as I want to go.
Yeah,
you start getting the humidity after that. So, what are you doing down in Houston?
It was a event. We're like with Brian Mark, like the mastermind there in his program. So they had an event down there.
Awesome. Jesse, what has been? I mean, you've been coaching for 8 years now. Like, that's some skin in the game. Yeah. What's kept you in it? What's your favorite thing about coaching?
Oh man, I don't know. There's so much now. I mean, coaching people, just seeing them, like especially women, like just change their perspective on lifting weights, nutrition, like seeing their bodies change, but their just mindset around it is hands down one of the best things ever. And helping them obviously lose weight, fat is great. But again, I think it's just the person they become and like how like they're just more powerful, like more confident in how they show up and everything. So I think that's one of the biggest things. And they don't obviously prioritize themselves, a lot of them. So it's like the first time in their life. So it's pretty cool to see. And it's just a huge thing that I get to do, especially now too, working with a team. It's even more enjoyable.
No, I love that, man. I never even thought about that. Like, I think back, like my mom, my grandma, my sister, it's like they are so selfless. Like, women are constantly taking care of everyone else. It's like, when do you really get time to take care of you?
Exactly.
That's a huge change. That's a giant shift. Like, even me sitting there thinking about it, like, that's a giant shift.
Yeah. And just even people like to listen to them. Like, I mean, I actually don't mind. Like, I could be a therapist, honestly. I think I probably could. I like listening, like, and giving like feedback. And my mentor, like Brian, like he's really good at that. And like, that's something I can take away and like kind of replicate to other people and just like kind of lead them in the right direction. Right. So it's fun.
I love that. Prior to working with women, what have, as like your main specialty, what all have you done? Like, give me some background, run me through the years. Cause you didn't just like one day wake up and get here.
No, like what did I do before fitness coaching?
Yeah.
So I started probably like 1920, started personal training in person. But I mean, before that, I played hockey. Actually, I was a hockey player. Like I played junior A, what's in Canada. So it's not professional hockey, but you're on your way there. It's kind of like college, before college, I guess it would be whatever that is here. So like I left home at like 16 and I played hockey for like 4 years, playing like just in different places and stuff. I actually played in a couple of different teams, but you can build it out of people's homes. So I like the training aspect of it. Yeah. So like it taught me a lot, just like being on my own, and knew there was more to life than just staying in your hometown. I'm from a very small town. I was like, I don't want to just stay here and do nothing. I want to like go explore and stuff like that. So we've moved a lot since then, but hockey was the main thing that led me into like training side of it, I would say. And then it kind of got into like nutrition coaching after that, as kind of you got into more training, and the nutrition is an important piece too, right? So you can't just train. So that's kind of led me down to here. Does that make sense in a nutshell?
Absolutely. I feel like I hear that all the time. It's like, yeah, I was an athlete and I liked the training more than I did the actual sport is what I realized. And the next thing I know, they're coaching. 100%, man. Yeah. I was the same way. That's my bad set as well. Not the hockey.
What'd you play?
Football. There's football, basketball, baseball, a little bit of everything. Super small town. Okay. When you say small town, Jesse, how small is that?
We're talking small, so like 1,000 people.
Okay, so legit small town. Like, that's how my
not a village, wife.
Wife's the same way. Like, I mean, what would be high school in America is considered what in Canada? What is that called there?
Yeah, like high school. There's high school.
There's high school.
Yeah, there's a lot of schools. Our school is K to 12, like right K to 12.
Okay.
Like that was the whole school. Yeah.
When you graduated, how many kids you graduate with for reference?
Like 20, 23, somewhere in there.
Yeah, see, that's crazy. Okay. Like
Yeah.
true small town.
Yeah. No, yeah,
When
small
you
town. There's a
moved, did you have that same thing? Like, I feel like everybody that's from small town, there's always like this, like, there's this book, Jonathan Livingston Seagull. And he talks about how all the people kind of are this way or that. And it's like, well, I see this and this is possible. And I want to go after this. And well, why doesn't everybody try this? Would you say that's kind of your background in pushing yourself way past beyond what was just, normal around you?
I don't know. That's a good
Like, what
question.
inspired you? What do you think it was that made you actually want to? Because, I mean, you could have just sat there. I mean,
Yeah, just I don't know. I think I just didn't find like passion in like
hmm,
there's farming. That's like the main thing, like farming, agriculture. Didn't really enjoy that at all. So I was like, what am I gonna do? I'm not gonna do like I didn't want to do a trade. So I was like I don't mind like working with my hands or like hard work like that, but it just didn't light me up, right? So I don't know. I don't know what pushed me. I think just doing something I did not like doing in my life was not an option. That was the biggest thing. Like I'd rather, like I said, that life is not right from like first day of training. I was like, this is what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life too. Like the first training session I had, I knew I wouldn't do anything else. And I haven't swayed from that
wow.
since. But yeah,
Wow.
I don't know.
Walk me back to your first training session, because you started out in person, right? Doing the whole personal training
Yeah,
part.
yeah. There's a couple of my buddies' moms. There's a gym there, a local town that now it's not there, but they wanted to train. So I was like, yeah, I just starting out, did my certification. I was like, oh yeah, I'll train you guys. I was like, this is go. And I was like, it was the funnest thing ever. Like I felt like had so much energy after the training session. I was like, people get paid to like help people work out. Like that doesn't make sense. But I was like, that was it from there, I think. And then I went to a bigger city and like trained there in person, and then kind of grew from there. Is
When did
that how your experience was, or how did you? I was curious.
Say that again, Jesse?
Your experience, like when you started, like was it from transition from like athlete training, right, and then you transitioned to like in person coaching? I'm guessing, or was it? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Like, went from, I guess, my like senior year of high school. Once like football ended and I realized, hey, I don't want to go do this anymore.
yeah,
Like, well, what am I going to do? I still love training. I started doing CrossFit and like just dove all deep in that. And then that turned into like coaching in the group setting in CrossFit. And that was like coaching. Then it was like helping schools, and yeah, it
yeah.
just kept kind of growing from there. And then eventually you realize, like, hey, I think I can do this stuff. And I think there's a lot of these people that I really, really like as my ideal client that are also online. So what if we can
Yeah.
go find them? And that was kind of
Yes.
the same expansion for me. I realized there was only so many people that were like fit my ideal client that I could see within a 15, 20 mile radius.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah. Yeah. It's cool. Social media is pretty cool.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. Awesome. How did you end up with your niche? Like, did it just like happen? Was it, yeah, like, you got to walk me through that.
That yeah, I know. Like guys, like, I always wondered that. I was like, how do guys get into coaching women? I think it did lead me down this direction. I think it just got along better. Like with women, they're more coachable too. Like they're open to more
Yeah.
feedback, right? So like guys, I've coached guys too online, and I don't do it anymore. It's only women. Yeah, guys who just had an ego. They didn't get good results because like they just, I don't know, they just didn't follow the plan as much. They weren't as committed. So I don't know what it was, and it sucks. But like I think it was good for me though. Like even in person, I got along with the girls. My wife doesn't like that, but like that's just the way it was. I don't know, but yeah, not like I don't get along with coaching guys, but again, like the ego was there, and it just wasn't. Yeah, it just kind of led me down that path. And older women, again, they get along with them better than even my age around there, and they're also have more problems. They have like more issues, right? It's compared to ladies in their 20s or 30s.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that
That's
kind of led me to that.
I worked with men and women, and even starting at younger ages, like when they're in high school, the girls would always push harder than the guys, like always more coachable, always were willing to suffer longer and more. And I'm just like, ooh, you can handle more volume. Okay, I want to see
Yeah.
what all you can do then. Like, it made me just wonder. It's like the thought of, human performance, like how far can it be pushed? Like,
Yes.
that's kind of what
Yeah.
intrigued me. And so seeing that
Yeah.
women can handle so much more, which, it makes sense. They have babies. We don't have babies. They
Yeah.
do. So it
Exactly.
makes sense.
Exactly. They're blessed with that.
When you like, I feel like this would have been just hockey related then. When you got into fitness, was it for sport? Was it because you were training for hockey?
Yes, I was training like for hockey. Yeah, yeah. That's like the training aspect of it. Yeah, yeah. Even though I didn't even like it, I hated training myself. Like now I love it, but like I didn't want to do it because you're like, oh, I just want to play my sports, and like that's all that matters, right? You don't need to like train them outside of the actual sport, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even though I wasn't even that committed, but it was still interesting to me. But yeah, I know it was weird. Like I wish I would have took more seriously. Would have been farther in sports, right? But
What got you interested in that side of it? Like, was there somebody you're watching, inspirational, somebody who had said something?
I don't know. Now I think about it, that's a good question. That's a good question. You know, really dive deep into the brain. 1920. I just think like it started with like that first training session. I don't think it was like it was just something I was trying. I was like, wait, I wanted to be a personal trainer, it'd be fun. Like I think bodybuilding, like looking better was like everyone's kind of first initial start, like, oh, I want to like look better. I don't want to be like flabby and when I get older, right? Because I gotta do something. Sports is done. Gotta do something with your body, right? And your mind.
Yep.
So you gotta like that's kind of transitioning me into fitness because it's always the fear of like I don't want to be there, so that's why I have to do this. But then I turned to a love, right? If that makes sense. I don't know. It's a weird way of looking at it, but
No, that's perfect.
I'm
Following you.
what about you? I'm curious. I know I'm going back and forth here.
Man, here's wrestlers. Like I sound like such a nerd. WWE, WWF.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Like my name's Austin because of Stone Cold Steve Austin.
That's awesome.
Goofy, but it's man, I loved watching them, and I was like, man, these dudes are just jacked. So from a young age, I was like, I just want to get like that one day. That's really
cool.
all I thought. And then, of course, like bodybuilding along the way, like you start to see people who are just like, man, how do they look like that? Or I loved athletics, and so like linebackers, I liked how a linebacker was built. I was like, man, they're powerful, they're fast, but they're still big. Like I want to look like that. And so it was kind of like just over time figuring out ways of just doing that and finding different types of training, different types of food, different everything. Like I love training, man. Like I really do.
That's sweet, man. It's awesome.
That's like I said this to somebody that I didn't really think much of it. I pulled 700 pounds the week after a half marathon whenever I was sitting there with an 8-pack.
Oh my gosh, man, you're an animal.
That was like the fun, but it's fun. Like that's like truly something I love and enjoy doing. So why would I not?
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's insane. That's cool.
How long the body can do it, I don't know, Jesse, but I want to see.
Hopefully,
I don't know. It's just curiosity. Just jokingly, like before we hopped on here, like I was like, yeah, like that's what I do. I just stay curious about things and then let that lead to ideas.
There we go. It's good. PRs every day, you said?
Absolutely. Before you started coaching, like what made you truly want to go all in on it, man? You had that first session. Were you kind of back and forth prior to that of like, do I really want to do this? Or was it almost like
no. Yeah, I mean, that's a good question, actually. Like, I always knew I wanted to deep down and want to do it, but there's times like, I wanted to quit. There's definitely times. Yeah. I think everyone goes through that.
Absolutely.
Because it's not easy. Like, I mean, what's the percentage of people that are personal trainers after the first like year or two, right? You don't make a lot of money in person training. That was obviously a real issue. I was like, well, if I'm going to have like, my wife probably wants me to make some type of money, right? And I can't just be like making nothing. So there was times like, oh, is this even worth it? Because you got to learn like the sales side of things and like all the stuff that not even with your knowledge, right? It has nothing to do with your knowledge. And it's like, that's hard to get over for people. And like, and the more you do it, you realize you're not sales, you're just trying to help people. But like, that's a huge part of it, right? So I think there was, multiple times that I thought about quitting and trying something else. I was more like stable, right? Consistent. You knew what was going to happen. But I was like, no, I'm running my own business. This is it. I'm just going to keep going. So I don't know. That was it. I don't know. It was weird. I could have quit lots of times. I think now I look back on it, I'm sure that you had those moments too.
Oh man. Yeah.
But like, the regret would be terrible, right? So it was just, not an option. No plan B.
I like it. And you just said this is it. And so truly it was it. I mean, at the end of the day, like if we really trace it down enough, you said this is it. So it is.
Yeah. And like you see other people do it, like full-time personal trainers, whether it be in person or online, right? You've seen people do it. So it's possible. So like that belief it has to be there. And right. So
when you had that, oh man, I'll lead you in on a story with this one because you're going to be able to really tap into this. I remember sitting there with my general manager at our gym and telling him, hey, I'm done. Like, dude, I can't do this. I'm done. We were like at the height of we were doing extremely well. And I was just like, I don't love this right now. I don't want to do it.
Like training people in person, or what was it? Yeah.
Yeah. Like I didn't want to have anything to do with anything, training, working out, nothing anymore. And I remember telling him that and him just being like, what? Like, you're an idiot. And then, we did fine. But I remember having that moment of like, I can't do this anymore. Do you remember having any like of those vivid moments where it was just like, dude, I cannot keep doing this when it came to coaching?
Yeah. Online, like in person was a little bit easier per se because like you have that connection with people, you have the business. Like I own the gym or whatever, so like it was less pressure, I guess you would say, on me. But online, yeah, like a couple times, I was like, yeah, I went into like a couple weeks of just like full effort mode, like depression. But so I would say biggest one probably year 2 or year 1 when it got like you after your first initial clients come from people you know, then you get to that challenge of like really like online people that don't even really know you, and then like getting like 18 no's on sales calls, for example, right? 18 people saying like no, they don't trust you enough, or like you just take that personally, and that's probably my hardest battle still to this day. Like because you know you can help someone, like you know you're on the other side, you're like legit trying to help them, and you know you can help them, and then they say no to your face, like that rejection almost. It's not like they're rejecting like the program. I take it personally, which you're not supposed to. You never should.
Absolutely.
Like your business should never be a part of you, right? But I do. That's a big reflection, and I'm trying not to. I'm trying to get away with that, detach myself from whatever happens in the business, basically. And like clients sign up, they don't like that's their decision. Like you do your best, and like don't take it personally. Like they didn't want to be your client or whatever. Right? I think that was the thing. So there's been 2 times in the last probably 4 years that happened.
Dang. What did you find through that? Like, how did you come to the other side of it? What'd you do to help yourself be able to walk through that?
My faith is a big part of my life. So like my Christian faith. So I think that was the biggest thing. Like I think if I didn't have that, I probably would have quit, to be honest. Because deep down I know there's a trust there and a faith that this will work out. And regardless of anything that bad happens any single day or any week or whatever, no matter how bad things get, they're still gonna work out. Like because I got something covering over top of me, basically, like my faith. So like I don't ever have a worry. Even though the worries creep up, definitely still, but it'll always work out. And I just know the next person's coming through the door. Like the next person that's meant to be in our program is meant to be in our program, for example, or the next person we're meant to help. I think, and it's just that. And I look back too, and the people that I did help, and like the people like helped a mom that couldn't have kids, right? Or no, well, she's a mom now. She couldn't have kids, right? And then she lost a bunch of weight and she was able to have kids. I was like, there's another woman out there that needs that help. And it's like, it's selfish of me not to try and keep going and keep selling my services to help people, right? So because there's always gonna be endless people trying to lose weight, right? So I mean, like, and for health reasons or whatever, not just vain, but that helps too.
No, I love that, man. God gives us the 3 T's: times, talents, and treasures.
Frozen.
Good there, Jesse.
What did you say there? Sorry, you just cut out.
I was just saying, God gives us the 3 T's: times, talents, and treasures.
I never
Using
heard
your
that.
talent in that case, like that's not just something that happens. It's something you've crafted, something you've worked on over the years. Like, there's purpose behind that. So I love hearing that's your way through those harder times. I'm same way. I'm very much a firm believer. Actually spent some time in Bible college and thought I might go full time into ministry.
Oh wow.
I still kind of feel like I do ministry full time, but it's just in a very different, very much a secular setting.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome. I've never heard the 3 T's. I love that. I'm gonna use that.
Times, talents, and treasures, my man. Before you hopped into AR, Jesse, what was your biggest hesitation? Like, what was keeping you held back instead of like, okay, let's do this?
I'd never heard of AR until the day I heard of it, and I signed up the day after, probably.
Let's
So there
go.
was no hesitations. I had people that signed up through our mastermind already and said that they were good, and I trust the people in the mastermind. There's a bunch of awesome entrepreneurs in there, and yeah, it was a no-brainer. I was like, if they can save me time, automations, getting clients is a no-brainer. Yeah, I didn't really have any second thoughts about it. Take my money.
But I'm here. It's cool, man. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest win since actually coming into the AR platform, Jesse?
Sorry, I never gave you a hesitation there. That's bad for the podcast, but that's just the way it was. Just kidding. And I watched some of Mike's content too. I was like, yeah, this guy's pretty seems legit. What was the question? Sorry.
Biggest win since you've been in AR?
Well, biggest win. I mean, there's lots of wins. Just having more like the check-in process with bi-weekly, monthly, having the option to do both automated was awesome. Because we have a whole bunch of people on bi-weekly check-ins and monthly check-ins, so that has been good. But biggest win, that's a win because it just takes off time trying to figure doing that. Wins is the text feature is huge because like saving clients too. So like I think that's a big win for us. I know I'm like even like the clients we're bringing into, it's easier to text people. They can see that getting them off of Instagram sometimes, like older women, they're texting more. So I think that's been win. So like getting more clients just in general from that has been the biggest win, and communicating with clients too on text because they can see it. So there's lots of wins. I don't know. It's tough to pinpoint one. Yeah.
That's a really good problem, Jesse. That's glad we have that problem. That's a good one.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, no, it's good. And the team's great. The sport's great. Felicity's emotionally, she helps what I'm doing, but she's been awesome. So yeah.
Absolutely. If you were to go back in time, we're going back to the OG days, Jesse, back to right when you first launched in the online world. Somebody else in the same boat right now, what would you tell them? What advice would you give them?
I mean, advice for them, if you're on the fence of doing this, yeah, it's a no-brainer, especially like, so I had a lot of background with social media already. Like if you're someone brand new, I can see you guys have like sales calls, training, stuff like that. I don't really like use that as much because I've already had that kind of guidance for the most part. But anyone that's brand new, this makes sense like to get into this because you kind of get it all in one place, and it's great for like there's marketing calls, right? Like all that stuff together. So I think it'd be very beneficial for anyone just starting out. You said just starting out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, or anybody, depending on what, even, yeah, because you guys got different levels of support, but like even someone that's like 10 times like kind of a spot where I was, where I have like established and like teams, like it's great for teams using the software and stuff like that. Or if you're just getting started, it sounds like it would be a great position to just start from. So yeah, highly recommend.
If you were to go back in time to like yourself, like what do you wish you'd have done faster? What's the one thing you think, like looking back at it, like, man, I wish I'd have just understood this quicker?
Would have understood this quicker? Understood like
your breakthrough. What was one of your big breakthroughs that you wish you could have had happen sooner? Was it a thought process? Was it a system you got? Because
like from this program?
No, I mean you as a coach, Jesse.
Just me as a coach.
Yeah, you're 8 years.
Throughout the years. I don't know. That's an open question. Biggest breakthrough. Jeepers. Sorry, I'm really thinking on this one. I've had a couple breakthroughs because it just you just keep getting skills. I think the biggest breakthroughs to me, like you're not in a rush. Like, and you have to have urgency and goals, like, but like you gotta like keep setting new goals, even though it feels kind of like scary, like setting new goals. And like the biggest breakthrough is not like, I don't really care the outcome as long as I'm progressing. Like I don't care how fast I get there. Everyone's gets there faster, bigger program, whatever, more clients, all that stuff. I think it's just having the patience to, as long as you're progressing every year, that's my goal. And by the time 5-10 years comes by, like it's pretty massive business, right? And like you've achieved a lot of your goals. So I think it's just one week at a time. I know that's not very good advice. Everyone knows that, but like I think we get like caught up in like, oh yeah, someone's like making this much money, they have this much clients, but it's like really they took them that many years too. So it's just like just trust in the process, I guess. Yeah.
I love it, man. I love it. Makes me think of the book Turning Pro. Just trust in the process. Jesse, I appreciate you hopping on with us today. Any last things you got? Any last comments before we hop off here?
I don't know. You're a good interviewer. That was my last comment. That's good.
Sweet, man. Yeah. I appreciate it. I blame on Felicity. She always asks great questions, and so
yeah, that's fair.
That's all up. Appreciate you, Jesse.
No, thank you very much, man. It's been awesome.